Global warming is causing less snow to fall. All over the Alps, it has been affecting the local communities within them, as well as the tourists that visit. I went to a small village in Italy to see how global warming is affecting the visitors and locals' ability to ski there.
Well, it's snowing a bit now, but we were talking to the travel reps last night in one of the bars, and they were saying it's the least snow they've had in the last 36 years. So obviously whether it's down to climate change or just a blip in the weather, it's difficult to tell. But obviously some snowboarders are getting on quite well. But obviously you can't be sure whether it's weather or whether it's climate change, which are two quite different things. But it's noticeable how far the glacier has retreated since we first started coming to this resort some seven or so years ago.
Because we're not getting so much snow this year, it's obviously the conditions aren't as good as they have been in previous years, so it's warming up definitely.
It makes us question what time of the year we have to come. Originally we could come any time from November, December, have Christmas here, but now there's no snow. It kind of ruins the holiday for us, and what we're finding is that we have to book our holiday February, March to truly enjoy the resort.
Snowfall has decreased by 12% in the last 2 years, causing lower level resorts to lose clientele and close due to lack of income. I caught up with Cecilia to see how it was affecting her ski school and clientele.
We had less natural snow than the previous year, and we had less customers coming up here in Macugnaga, in the Alps anyway. And luckily we have a system to make artificial snow, and we managed this year to create a little slope coming down from the 1,600 meters slope coming down here. But logically, not seeing a lot of snow, natural snow coming down during the autumn as well, is not making people coming up here for skiing and snowboarding as a beginners, but even the professionists, they're not coming up so easily because they haven't seen the snow. The only good things happen here, even if we had less natural snow, it was the only resort open in the Ossola Valley. So we had anyway some customer coming up, and beginners, most of them, not the professionists, but beginners. They were coming up anyway because we had the artificial snow in the slopes.
Absolutely, it's a lot easier to learn when you've got fresh powder. It's softer on the falls when you fall over, which you no doubt do when you're a novice.
Last year was really good. It was a lot softer because there's a lot more fresh snow, where it seems a little bit icier this year. So obviously it's easier to ski then when there's a bit more snow lying on the surface.
Artificial snow is very, very hard because sometimes depending on the temperature it's getting very icy and very hard. So can you imagine, you are snowboarding and skiing as well. You know, when beginners are starting the lessons, they're falling over often. So if you have just artificial snow, it's going to be harder to work and make sure they're not falling and injuring themselves. And with the soft snow, if we have natural snow, for example, 20 centimeters like a week ago, and I had beginners, they were falling continuously, nothing happened because it's soft. When you have artificial snow in the slope, it's quite harder. You have to get very easily, make sure they know how to get down, how to fall properly, and you haven't got the situation of this soft pillow under you, you know what I mean? So it definitely is harder, and not just for us, but for them mostly, because they're learning, and if they get panic because they're falling, it's going to be a nightmare. They're starting to think, I'm not able to do it, you know what I mean?
Businesses and snow communities have been affected by global warming. So how has it been affecting businesses in this snow community?
Probably that you cannot actually do a proper business plan because if there is a good summer and a nice winter with a lot of snow, you get a lot of clients. But the year after, with no snow like this winter, and maybe I hope not with a raining summer, is going to be a disaster.
The strange things is happening in Macugnaga. We had scientists coming up during the last years because apparently our glacier is reducing by coming forward instead of getting backwards like all the glaciers in the world. because it's pushing a lot towards the slope. So we had to change something like 8 years ago. We changed our slope completely. So we turned in another part and we closed that part of the slope because of the glacier was pushing too much. And it was moving stones, it was moving ground, it was moving everything. It's amazing how it works and how it's powerful as well.
I think it's more difficult because especially if you got not a lot of snow, people, good skier, they don't enjoy because they can do not off piste and there is really small amount of slopes open.
I think on Christmas time they had definitely less customers coming up here, as I was telling you. Just because we were the only resort open, it might be possible that they've been working anyway, but definitely no snow is affecting everything in the village. The company running the chairlift and the cable car, the hotels, the shops, who is renting, the apartments, the ski schools, less snow, less job, less everything for all of us in the village, you know what I mean?
Although the effects of global warming are still upon snow resorts like this one, Makugnaga is more than capable in coping with it in future years.